A very strange moment recently took place on Smackdown that has everyone talking. So we'll take a look at all those fan theories. We'll also check out the latest news with Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. Let's start things off with a now confirmed main event for November's Crown Jewel event, and that's Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was recently a guest on Logan Paul's podcast. It was a great episode. Roman was mostly out of character and talking about several great topics. But what fans didn't quite catch upon first viewing was that the podcast episode was actually the starting point Roman versus Logan feud. After Roman left the room, Logan Paul was bragging about how he would easily defeat Roman Reigns if there were ever a chance to have a match. Roman found out about what Logan said after he left through social media, and the story continued from there. Roman tweeted at Paul Heyman to take care of Logan Paul for him, and Triple H invited Logan Paul to Smackdown, which he obviously accepted. So that's the backstory to what led to Logan Paul's Smackdown appearance. If you don't keep up with WWE on Twitter and just turned on your TV to see Logan Paul opening the show, then yeah, you would have been a bit lost with what's going on. But the foundation for this storyline was basically set through Logan's podcast and Twitter. It's something that Triple H has done before, especially with Pat and Adam Cole's match. Their storyline started when Adam Cole lashed out at Pat while being a guest on his show. So similar sort of concept here. Roman didn't lash out and storm off, but Logan was basically trash talking Roman after he left the room, which Roman didn't appreciate. Logan Paul teases the announcement that he would be facing Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel on SmackDown, but he gets interrupted by the returning Paul Heyman and the entire bloodline, minus Roman Reigns. Heyman and Logan go back and forth for a bit before Heyman calls Solo Sikoa to the ring. And this was another subtle but big moment for Solo Sikoa's character. Heyman has Jimmy, Jay, Sammy, and Solo at his disposal to use against Logan Paul, and he went with Solo. So just a nice little subtle way of showing Paul Heyman's belief in Solo Sikoa, and how he was Heyman's first choice to handle this matter over the other bloodline members. So just a great moment to show and imply that Solo Sikoa could be the main muscle of the faction going forward. Sami Zayn and Ricochet then get involved and everything settled down a bit. But on Saturday afternoon, the rumored Crown Jewel main event was officially made during a press conference. It will in fact be Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul for the undisputed Universal title at Crown Jewel. Naturally, you can't please all the fans at the same time, so there were mixed reactions to this main event announcement. Now, from a strictly logic point of view, sure, Logan Paul has no real claim to even be in contention for the WWE Undisputed title. He's wrestled only 2 matches in his WWE career. And sure, you can argue that those 2 matches included defeating 2 former WWE World Champions. But even still, it's a weak claim to a title match. But on the opposite side, just forgetting about logic and having fun with the feud, it could be really fun, entertaining, and get even more eyes on WWE. Logan has a massive fan base and following that will obviously feel the need to tune in and see this match. So it helps everyone. Logan Paul proved at SummerSlam that he can go the distance and compete at a very high level. Probably one of the greatest celebrity wrestlers that WWE has seen. So strictly from a match point of view, Roman and Logan should definitely have a great back and forth matchup. Other fans have even argued that the match is happening at a perfect time. Crown Jewel is basically slapped in the middle of Extreme Rules and Survivor Series. So some fans argue that maybe WWE is saving the next big Roman Reigns opponent and match for Survivor Series. So instead of having Roman burn through a big opponent at Crown Jewel and Survivor Series, only a few weeks out from each other, Logan Paul could be basically used as a filler opponent and feud to waste some time until Survivor Series comes along. And that's a great point. Roman won't be at Extreme Rules, so he doesn't need an opponent for that show. But Logan Paul is a fun matchup and basically a throwaway opponent for Roman Reigns to just go out there and put on a great match with. And then he can get serious again with his Survivor Series story that will only be a few weeks after Crown Jewel. So it's something different from the usual. Fans have been asking for Roman to get some new challengers, and that's exactly what Logan Paul will be. It also sets up a huge platform for Logan Paul. He recently signed the contract with WWE, and this will be the perfect stage for him to showcase to WWE what he has to offer, while he's standing in the ring with the face of the company. So what better way to prove yourself than right there at Crown Jewel? So that match is a bit far out, so WWE will definitely have time to build that story up over the next few months. Now let's get into something from Smackdown that only the fans in attendance saw, but then quickly started trending online. When it comes to television commercial breaks, fans in the arena will often see WWE-related video packages and commercials on the Titantron until the show comes back on air. But what happened at this week's Smackdown in Anaheim, California was a bit different than usual. During a commercial break, all the lights in the arena were cut, and the only thing playing over the speakers was Jefferson Airplane's White Rabbit song. All the fans in the arena turned on their flashlights and lit up the darkness, giving off a very similar visual to what fans would do during Bray Wyatt's entrance. Then towards the end of the song, the stage lights all turned back on in red, before the show went back to normal and went back on air. So what appeared to be a normal commercial intermission for the live crowd has now turned into a clutter of fan theories and speculation. A lot of fans are starting to become burnt out and exhausted on the Bray Wyatt return theories. As much as fans want to see him back, some are starting to come to the realization that until he actually shows up, it may be time to let the theories go. But considering the tone of the song, the fireflies in the crowd, and the stage turning fully red at the end of the song, fans just couldn't help themselves and made the connection and speculation to Bray Wyatt. Was it a subtle teaser for Bray Wyatt in any capacity? Most likely not, especially since this was an off-air moment that only the live crowd saw. If this went mysteriously down during the actual broadcast, then that would obviously be a much different story and would be worth discussing. But since the home audience didn't see it, it's just hard to connect it to anyone or try to find any significance for the moment. The other fan theory with this weird moment involves Karrion Kross. Lucha Underground fans were quick to point out Kross's history in that promotion and how he used to go by the name of White Rabbit, the exact same title of the song that was playing in the arena. So if it was a potential light teaser for some upcoming things with Karrion Kross's character, that's easily more realistic to connect it to Kross rather than someone like Bray Wyatt. There was other fans who said it was just simply a commercial break and the stage turning red was just a light check. So there was a lot of discussion surrounding that commercial break moment, and it was pretty insane to just see how many theories and ideas came from this quick off-air moment on Smackdown. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.